G'day, Geoff Lewis here from Seriously Series, and welcome to a very special video. It's got nothing to do with the car here in front of me, the Series 3, which is once again looking in a bit of a sorry state, but we'll deal with that later on down the track. What I'm going to be doing here today is starting a story, a quest, a saga, and this is actually going to be refurbishing a 1983-84, I have to double check, Series 3 Stage 1 109-inch station wagon, which is fitted with a 4BD1 3.9 litre 4-cylinder naturally aspirated Isuzu diesel. Whew. You don't want to say that after too many drinks. But anyway, I'll introduce you to the vehicle in this video, and the following video we're going to take the gearbox out and I will explain why we're starting there and not starting with, I guess, many other things where we could begin. Anyway, I've waffled on enough as always, and you know the drill. If you're new to the channel, click on that subscribe button down below, click on that notification button too, and as for the rest of you, well, what are you going to do? Stay tuned. That's right. So I guess first and foremost, why on earth would you buy one of these vehicles? But the reason I bought it was because of the same reason that most gentlemen buy a long wheelbase vehicle, and that is to put kids in the back. And it doesn't matter what happens, once you get married, that is a conversation that you are going to have. And so obviously I thought, I'm not going to compromise, I'm not going to go and buy some other vehicle of a different land denomination. I thought, well, let's keep it Land Rover. So by buying this vehicle, I believe, and I could be proven wrong, I bought one of the most reliable Land Rover variants, big words I know, big claims, out there. The 4BD1 is virtually indestructible. You'll get, who knows, probably 1 million kilometres out of that particular engine if you do your oil changes and all the rest. The LT95 is a very strong, robust transmission. The Salisbury at the back is very much the same. The Rover differential at the front, a little bit here and there, but overall not too bad. Leaf sprung all round, which, yes, it's not as good as coil in regards to comfort, but that's not really what I'm about or what we're about here at Seriously Series. It's purely practical. And the fact is, you've got less suspension bushes in a leaf sprung vehicle. If it breaks, then you can just simply go out the bush, use an axe, cut a sapling down and use that and splint it on your leaf pack. So it's a very simple, robust vehicle. And that's one of the reasons why I bought it, was because there's very little to go wrong. And you've essentially got pretty much a Series 3 body on a Range Rover, Range Rover-ish kind of running gear and chassis. So the plans for this are, quite extensive. So we'll move around to the back. The plans for this vehicle. So as you can see, like all the examples here in, I guess, our entire fleet, it's not in 100% pristine condition, and I'm not really fazed by that. It's the mechanics underneath that's really quintessentially important. It's going to get scratched because we use them. So the idea is I'm going to strip this vehicle down, basically probably down to the chassis, potentially, depending on what I find, and hopefully not too much. I've had a good look underneath there and it looks like everything's pretty sound, but you never know with these things. and basically go through, take the LT95 gearbox out, overhaul it. The same with the front and rear axle assemblies, leaf springs, do that. The wiring in the vehicle is a little bit spider-esque in a web form, so I'm going to get rid of all of that and going to start again from scratch. What I'll also be fitting to the vehicle when I put the new wiring loom in is obviously fancy things called relays, so switches don't inadvertently burn out and catch on fire, which they do in these vehicles. The other thing that I'm going to look at doing is fitting a dual battery system, and these vehicles are fantastic for this because you've got a toolbox underneath your passenger seat, which will actually, fun fact, fit a carton of beer, and you've also got a toolbox in the rear, which, fun fact, will not fit a carton of beer, only a 6-pack. But basically, I guess I'm being a little bit hopeful I won't need to use both of those toolboxes for tools. So what I can actually do is either put a dual battery under the passenger seat, which I'm not thinking I'll do because the exhaust runs underneath it, but it is closer to the alternator, or I put my dual battery in the rear on this side, which still means I can use the bench seats in the rear if I want to. I'm thinking of going for a drawer system because the drawer system in the Series 3 is really handy for these longer trips. Obviously roof rack, and in regards to the drive line, diff locks and all the rest, I really don't think they're worth it. They're great on the proper series vehicles, but these are capable enough for what they are. And if I win the lottery tomorrow, then yeah, sure, I'll go and fit some diff locks in it. But for out here in Central Australia, a Holden Commodore will get you 99% of the places you need to go. So I don't feel that you necessarily need diff locks in these vehicles. And because we've got the Salisbury axle in the rear, they're very unlikely to snap their axles, or the axles to snap, a lot less likely than what you get in the Rover style of axle assembly, which is basically look at it, give it a long hard stare, and you'll watch it just break in half. So that's basically what I'm aiming to do at this stage. It'll keep evolving, but basically to make it into a touring vehicle, you could say. I guess that's the easiest way of explaining it. Might put a few luxury items in there, maybe some air conditioning, because it is a family vehicle. So that might happen. A sick-as stereo system, that might happen too. But that's all on the wish list. I have got an aircon set in the shed, so that potentially could happen. But anyway, watch this space. I'll be slowly tackling this vehicle, hopefully just over the coming year. Hopefully not years, but we'll wait and see. These things do tend to take a lot longer than anticipated. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for watching this video. And if you are enjoying the content here at Seriously Series, then please do consider supporting us via Patreon. All proceeds go to this, adventures, and a heck of a lot more. And also, if you're new to the channel, then please do click on that subscribe button down below. Click on that notification button too, and that way you won't miss out on one single video. Anyway, I hope to see you in our next video.